Jai Siaram. I take this opportunity to welcome you to the Bharat Vichar, and as usual, a great welcome to the Sumit Peer Show. My friends, my brothers, my sisters, hand-folded request, kindly subscribe to our channel, like our videos, press the bell icon, and do not forget to share it on your social media, especially your WhatsApp groups. In this Bharat Vichar English edition, we've been trying to highlight a lot of geopolitical issues, and because they are geopolitical in nature, so we try to do this in English. Now, what are we going to talk today? I'm going to bring to you a very interesting occurrence which is happening, and I want you to take a note of it. I've been always telling you that geopolitics is changing, and there are people, there are games being played in ways which you cannot believe, and these games are played by the people whom you cannot believe. Now, if I take this opportunity and explain you what is the context and how far they have reached and what is the influence they have already got. Look, what are the deadly games Qatar is playing and who is the target? And let's not forget, Qatar is where America's biggest naval base is. Qatar is a strategic partner of US. Qatar lives by selling natural gas. 840,000 people in Qatar are of Indian origin. 27% of the Qatar is Indian and 15% of the Qatar is Hindu. But yet, when you look at the designs and when you look at what is happening in Qatar, we recently had this fiasco with our 8 naval officers where they were where the setup was done to orchestrate this whole drama, which was all farce. And for the sake of God, you're talking of we were spying there and we were spying for Israel and Mossad, Mossad is outsourced spying to people on a tender, and we got a tender and we started doing the job. Come on, it's not a contract. Now, friends, I have been always telling you that Qatar has been putting a lot of money in US and they have a lot of deadly plans in putting a lot of money everywhere in the world. What is the money that Qatar is putting and what are they exactly planning to do? Now, I want you to take a minute and look at this video and understand the plans. This is not now what I'm saying. I'm getting you from a reliable source. Listen it out. You've seen the video. So let me summarize it for you. Let me summarize a laundry list for you. Financing Hamas, sheltering Hamas leaders. Al Jazeera is the propaganda piece of Qatar. Funding all kind of terrorist organizations. Hamas leaders get all the patronage. Hamas leaders get all the shelter. And the most dangerous part is they have infiltrated corporates. They have infiltrated think tanks. They have infiltrated American universities. What do I mean by American universities? Look at the top universities, including Cornell. I'm a Cornell alumni myself, and even my university is infiltrated now today. What are we talking here? $4.7 billion. $4.7 billion has been put into the universities. Now, even the universities with the high credentials of journalism, the elite think tanks, everybody seems to be infiltrated. And not only that, now the curriculums are influenced, the the thought process is involved, and what think tanks come as solutions that are being influenced. And what did I hear? I heard they are talking about $250 billion to $1 trillion. $1 trillion for propaganda. And Qatar's GDP, when I last checked, was around $350 or $380 billion. That means 3 years of GDP. 3 years of GDP is put into propaganda. Can you imagine the quantum of disaster we are talking here? Can you imagine what country is up to? And now you might ask me, look, Sumit bhai, this is all good and fair, but what is changing on the ground? How do things change on the ground? We are all doing great, hunky-dory, life is good. No, it's not really good. It is not exactly good. Israel has become toxic. Talking about Jews has become toxic. Talking about, two-state solutions have become toxic. Talking about anything logical has become toxic. Talking about radical Islam and Islamic terror is seen as Islamophobia today. Wokeism is on the rise, and this left liberal thought where anything to everything is okay and where subtle agendas are run. Whoever is supporting today, remember whoever is supporting today, Palestine is exactly supporting Hamas. So with all these things happening, now it's very important. Sumit bhai, this is good. This is a good hypothesis. This is a good theory. But what has changed on the ground, Sumit bhai? I need to see a proof, right? You want me to show a proof? You want me to show a proof? You want me to show? Sumit bhai, we want to see what has changed on the ground. Sir, aap batao ground mein kya badla hai? Exactly, friends, I'm going to show you what has changed on the ground. Give me a second. You have to wait for a second and watch this video, and you'll exactly know what has changed on the.
Did you know that Qatar, the same country that protects Hamas's senior leaders, has donated billions of dollars to American universities? According to a study, Qatar is now the largest foreign donor to American universities, with a whopping $4.7 billion donated between 2001 and 2021. Some of America's most prestigious schools have partnered with Qatar to build campuses in Doha's education city. For example, Qatar has donated millions to Virginia Commonwealth University, Cornell, Texas A&M, Carnegie Mellon University, Georgetown University, and Northwestern University. But here's the alarming part. Despite Qatar's support for Hamas and controversial statements blaming Israel, these universities show no signs of ending their profitable partnership. When contacted, most of these schools declined to comment on the future of their Doha campuses, emphasizing the importance of fostering international dialogue and cooperation. But what compromises have they made on their campuses in Doha? Qatar has censored books, influenced curriculum, and even established partnerships with media companies who are sympathetic to Hamas. Northwestern University, known for its prestigious journalism school, signed an agreement with Al Jazeera, a Qatari-funded news channel known for providing a platform to extremist groups. Qatar's soft power targets include advancing the ideology of the Muslim Brotherhood, which has made Israel toxic in Western political and intellectual discourse. Even influential think tanks like the Brookings Institution have accepted Qatari money, raising questions about their independence and objectivity. Qatar's massive financial investments, estimated to be between $700 billion to $1 trillion, extend beyond universities, reaching major corporations and landmarks worldwide. As Qatar continues to wield its influence in American education, it's essential to question the potential impact on academic freedom, intellectual integrity, and the perception of Israel in the West. Stay informed, stay vigilant.
Did you see the video? Harvard University, America's one of the most prestigious Ivy League university. What are students doing? They are protesting up to death, supposedly. They are lying on the stairs of the library, are saying Hamas is Arab. Yeah, Palestine is Arab. So basically, Hamas is equal to Palestine, Palestine is equal to Arab. But where did on the map did a Palestine exist? I mean, where is the Palestine on the world map? So Hamas terrorism is justified in an American university by students studying in an elite American university. Maybe a lot of them are Americans. I don't know what is the nationality. And they are on valid visas here. We are not talking of illegals here. We are not talking of those aliens here. And what are they saying on the elite university of America? They are lying down on the footsteps to the library and they're calling in the media and they're telling you, look, how bad the things have become now. How bad the things have become now. You know, Hamas is equal to Palestine is equal to Arab. So the toxic effect of money, the toxic effect of $4.5 billion has exactly reached the doorsteps of America. And it doesn't end here. Who are these kids? These kids are your and our future generation. So when you see these radical things on the rise, when you see wokeism on the right, when you see bizarre things on the rise, and when you see youth being consumed by that, do not blame the youth. Blame the people who are taking this toxic money. Blame the people who are running this toxic agenda. Blame the people who are trying to manipulate the minds and hearts of youth of the world. And who is on the target? Let me be no doubt. It's United States of America. And what does Joe Biden tell you? Joe Biden tells you, Qatar is my most strategic asset or ally in Middle East. I have the biggest naval base in Qatar. And yet 𝗙𝗰𝗲𝗍 and all the laundry list that still exists in Qatar, our people, they were trying to play games with our people. It exists in Qatar. And never forget, this is the impact or effect of $4.5 billion. How much is on the table, friends, brothers? How much is on the table, sisters? I'm talking of a whooping $1 trillion US. $1 trillion US dollars is roughly 1% of the GDP of the world. 90% of the countries in this world do not have a GDP of $1 trillion. And imagine when that money reaches the right set of people and reaches the right, you know, right people in the right ways, then you can imagine the quantum of disaster we are looking at facing at. This is the thought I want to leave you on. This is the thought I want to bring to you. I am bringing through Bharat Vichar is a small platform right now, but I trying to build the most potent and most potentially dangerous issues well in advance so that you can wake up. You can do what you have to do. I am going to do what I have to do. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it everywhere. But what are you doing? How are you saving the humanity? How are you saving the civilization? And how are you saving the world from falling prey to people with the radical designs in their mind and wherein the religious domination supersedes everything else? On that note, I leave you with this, and I would like to thank you for your time and attention. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Har Har Mahadev.